This is the Marvel Legends retro carded The Wasp. The figure is part of an amazing wave of retro carded Marvel Legends figures. And if you remember, I did a review of this figure already. I actually had an opportunity to pick up the other figures. I know I had Vision for a while, but I did not review him because I wasn't sure I was going to like the figure. I decided to keep it mint on card. I didn't have my rule yet of keeping things out of the box. I mean, not keeping the mint on card at the time. And I actually sold this one for a measly, $35 or $30. So I picked it up for like 40, but sold it for 30. These other three, I skipped on them. I don't know, big mistake, right? One of the best figures for the Marvel Legends retro line. This one, I really enjoyed this figure. I kept it. And with the addition of Ant-Man together with my Avengers collection of my 60 years Iron Man, Thor, we've got the 20 years Toy Biz Hulk, now Ant-Man. The Wasp was really the only figure missing for my OG Avengers. I thought this was the Wasp that I wanted. For the team, for the OG Avengers team, and I'm just really glad to have this figure. I had an opportunity years ago, before the pandemic, to actually pick one up for, I don't know what, $25, $25, and I slept on it, snoozed on it, and it was gone. So the cheapest one I could find was on Amazon. I picked this figure up from Amazon. There was one seller selling one last piece for about $47. Free shipping, so to the Philippines. Can you imagine? So $47, that's not too bad, considering the fact that I've seen this thing go on secondary markets like eBay for $50, $60 plus shipping. So I thought $47 in today's economy, and given the rarity, I should say, of this figure nowadays, I'm pretty okay with it. And here is the Wasp out of the packaging together with that tiny little version of Ant-Man. The figure is terrific. I really like this figure. I like the way it turned out. It's an older mold, older female buck, and they've recycled a lot of pieces here and there with the wings. The entire body is a repurposed body, repainted body that we've seen with other Marvel Legends figures during the time this was released. It still has the pin joints with those pins exposed. But what really makes this figure terrific is this fantastic paint apps going on. Her whole uniform with the blue and the pearlesque white, and that magnificent, glorious head sculpt of Janet Van Dyne. I just love this figure. Let's take a closer look at the details of this retro Wasp figure. So the Wasp, she can stand even with the wings spread out. And this little Ant-Man figure it can stand, but anytime now it will fall or topple over because the way the legs have been molded, they're not entirely flat. I was just kind of able to make him stand by bending the legs just a little bit so that they'd be balanced, so they'd be flat together. But the moment you start tapping the table, he's gonna fall. But let's start with this small Ant-Man figure. Man, it's tiny, but still a ton of details, even for such a small figure. You got silver painted helmet, got that nice belt, some black, reds, and blues painted in the figure. Really just a great miniaturized version of Hank Pym as the Ant-Man. On to Janet as the Wasp. I like this outfit of hers. I mean, I do like the black and gold, but the blue and white, I'm really loving it. Some of the plastic, different variation colors, because this one's molded blue, this one's painted blue, or I guess molded in a different blue shade. You can see right there, there's a little bit unevenness of the colors. The blue doesn't quite match 100%, but from afar, it looks fine. I love the white that they used for this figure, the pearlesque white plastic that they molded the legs into, as well as the hands. They've painted the forearms with the glossy white finish, but doesn't quite match the plastic, but it's fine. The wings have been recycled. I think you've seen these set of wings from the Beetle. and it still works. I mean, it's got that nice purplish translucent effect to it. I love that. It really makes it feel like they're insect wings. And finally, that head sculpt. Gorgeous, gorgeous looking head sculpt. I mean, the hair sculpt has been beautifully painted, sculpted. I'm glad they chose the short hair of Janet. It just makes the figure pop. This whole head sculpt that she has, really nice, beautifully painted eyes. You got some lipstick right there, sculpted nicely. I think this is a new sculpt. I don't know if they recycled that face sculpt. I think it's new. But yeah, very cool. Articulation for the figure, ball jointed neck, that is on a hinge. Ball jointed upper torso. You got shoulders that go in and out, forward and backward 360. The elbows can swivel and hinge. Wrists can go in and out and swivel. You got ball jointed hips, but can only do this much splits. Forward and backward. You got a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. The ankles can go up and down. The feet can go up and down and have the rocker tilt. And there came a day unlike any other, when Earth's mightiest heroes found themselves united against a common threat. On that day, the Avengers were born to fight the foes no single superhero could withstand. Finally, my OG Avengers have been assembled. I'm so happy to get the final piece, which is the Wasp. All my original Avengers in the Marvel Legends are complete. We've got Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. If you're not familiar with some of these figures, we have the Marvel 80 Years Thor. We've got the Toy Biz 20th Anniversary Marvel Legends Hulk. We've got the Marvel 80 Years Iron Man. We've got the carded Marvel Legends Retro Ant-Man, and of course the retro carded Wasp. So great figures to have on your shelf, especially if you're a big fan of the comic book. If you read a lot of Avengers comics and you love Marvel Legends and you love this team, you are going to love every single one of these figures, particularly the Wasp. Very happy to have her in this collection. I know she's an older mold, and some of my friends were saying, hey, you just maybe wait a couple years. Hasbro's probably going to release an updated version of the Wasp. You didn't have to spend so much money on it. But you know what? With the way things are going with Hasbro, getting a carded Wasp, I think I was getting it more for the artwork, for the card, for the original body. I don't think we're going to get anything like this in the years to come. Maybe in the next 10 years, but in the next few years, we'll probably get Nadia. We'll probably get the modern version of Janet as the Wasp, but the classic Wasp, something tells me that we're not going to get her at least 10 years. So if we do get one soon, that would be great. But I'm just happy to have her, to have completed my OG Avengers. The figure is going to get I want to give her a 10, but in today's standards, I think she deserves a 9.5 out of 10. Still an amazing figure. She's a 10 in my book. All of these figures are 10 out of 10 for me. This is probably the Avengers set that I'm going to keep in my collection for a long time. I don't think they're going to be purged anytime soon. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Marvel Legends retro carded The Wasp. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.